Resident Alien Season 2, Episode 7 review. So, we have the hybrid.
Yeah, because shippers weren't already like, they make such a cute couple. Now they have a baby too.
And we
Without
got
either of them having to die.
yeah, but we did kill off Scary Lady.
I know,
Yeah,
like, she's
finally.
I mean, I knew she was gonna die at some point, but fuck, that was just
Well,
Chop off
gruesome.
her
I can
head. I know.
I can only imagine like what the two groups that are chasing him are thinking. Like one chasing Vanderspiegel, they send a couple of goons after him while he's in New York, and they both end up shot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like,
And
who the fuck
then
are these people?
Yeah, and then so they're probably thinking, "Oh God, Vanderspiegel's gone rogue."
yeah, we probably should leave him. Maybe we should leave him alone because he just took down two of our goons, shot them dead in the street.
And then
got away.
in the back, shot him in the back, wasn't it?
Probably. I mean, given that
Because she was behind them.
yeah, she was chasing him, and they were chasing him.
And
she was behind them
because she shot them and then is like, who the fuck are these guys? And then ran past them. So
yeah,
I think she shot him in the back. So imagine, like, okay, we sent them to chase Vanderspiegel, and then he shot them in the back. Dude.
It's like, did Vanderspiegel suddenly take a level in badass? That's not good.
Yeah.
Um,
And then imagine being one of the people, because that looked like that was on an L train type thing, an elevated train tracks or something. So imagine I've walked under L trains before, plenty. I live in Chicago. I live near Chicago. I've traveled in Chicago. Underneath the L trains is, you're constantly walking under those bridges. So imagine walking under one of those bridges and a lady's head falls on you.
Oh, no.
Or her body.
yeah, one of the two.
Dude, imagine her head falls on you and then you run away screaming and you're running the opposite way of where the head fell, which is towards the thing, and like you trip over the body because the body had fallen shortly after.
Oh, God, what happened to the window? It broke. What happened to your face? I killed the bad lady.
Yeah. I killed the bad lady.
I know it's worse. Getting your head torn off like that, or his little arms just piercing through her throat.
Yeah.
That was a
I love
weird
that.
thing. Is just like, oh yeah, she's like, haha, I've got you equally matched. And he pulls out the little arms and starts. It's like, oh,
I love how she punched him and he's just like, ouch.
Although, yeah, I do find that funny, but like how she's like doing all these moves and stuff, and he's just like, meh.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
just like knocking him back with ease. And she's just like, what the fuck? And then that moment of realization when she sees the arms come out, and she's like, that's why. You're the alien. God damn it.
So I would have loved to see her like last a little longer, like kind of like end of the season, fight to the death kind of thing. But it's like, nope.
well, it was never.
Yep.
Yeah, it was never gonna be the way this series is. It was never gonna be an epic fair fight. It was gonna be something stupid was going to kill her, or it was going to be an incredibly unfair fight, and just like what happened, and just like this was not going to end with an epic duel of equals. This was going to be she gets hit on the head with a frying pan sort of situation.
Yeah.
She's pointing a gun at him.
Gets hit by a car or something random.
Yeah, it was going to be the flavor of this series. It was going to be something like that. Either like he does what he did, or like, he's pointing the gun at her, and Asta walks in, or walks in from another room. She doesn't see her. She grabs just a pan off the wall and just beats her over the head with it. You know, something like that. Just it would be a comedy implement, or
Yeah.
something like that. This is not that kind of episode. This is not that kind of series. So we have the egg. So now he's got a new friend. He's got a new relative that he's taking care of. He had number 42. He had 42. He had his daughter, and now he's got the egg.
Mm-hmm. That her dad is so understanding though. Like he's just like, you're quiet. I don't like it when you're quiet. Okay, so when how we went to the New York to find the other alien. Well, guess what? The other alien's dead. But we did find that he had an egg with a human, and now there's an alien hybrid in his bag, and we're all still gonna die.
Yeah,
I like when you were quiet.
Yeah, well, number one, he's that kind of person with a lot of emotional inertia. It takes a lot to get him moving one way or another. And after you've already accepted that your daughter is friends with an alien, I think
he was so understanding and accepting about the alien part too at the beginning, just like he's an alien. Why is there an alien in my kitchen? Why is there an alien in my freezer?
Understandable.
Yeah. Well, he's just somebody with a lot of emotional inertia who's seen some shit. Like he was Vietnam?
Yeah.
So like he's seen some shit, so you're not gonna jostle him too easily.
Yeah.
And then once you've accepted that, your daughter's friends with an alien, it kind of, it makes the whole thing sort of less shocking each time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if it had been Harry who laid an egg, you'd be like, okay, well I guess that's an alien thing. It happens.
Like,
but yeah, we went to New York. We were looking for his people. Found one of them, but they were already dead. But they had a egg with a human, and so now it wasn't safe there because people were after her. And so we brought it back here where nobody's going to be looking for it. And so now we're going to have two aliens. Well, an alien and an alien hybrid.
Yep.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it. The first time I saw that, I'm like, aw, they have a baby together now. I mean, it's not theirs, but they adopted a baby. Which, I mean, considering that Dan adopted Asta to begin with, like, the whole adopted family thing is totally normal for him, so.
Yeah, it's not a yeah, it just
Family is family to him, you know?
It's like, yeah.
Like, whatever.
It's well, and the fact that this was also the episode where they're like, yeah, we've which sort of goes into the end of the episode where they have to get Vanderspiegel back as the doctor. It's like, it's like, no, you're and I'm loving that nurse more and more. I don't know what her name is, but
Ellen Cho, I think it is, or Chow.
Yeah.
She's great. She is such a little bitch. I love it.
He's trying to fire you.
But it's just like, it's, you know what? She's not wrong. She may not put it.
She
the most,
says it like it is.
Yeah, she may not be the most
Tactful.
gentle and tactful of patients, residents.
Yeah, but
But
sometimes
again,
you
sometimes you need that person.
Yeah.
And she's a whole lot of fun to watch, because at some point people just recognize that, yeah, she says some shit, but it's usually right. And so you can't really get that mad at her.
Yeah.
It's like, is she right? Yeah. Okay, then what are you mad about? You're just
I love how the doctor's like, is she right? You're trying to fire me? Yeah. It's like, well, she's not right. You're a sweet boy for not wanting to tell me. You're not sweet at all. You were reveling in that, weren't you? I wasn't. I was not reveling in it.
Like you just told somebody they're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
She's a pillar of our community. She brought me into this world. She brought your parents into this world too. Okay. You know, last time I saw her, she did a cartwheel. No, she didn't. Well, she could have.
no.
No, she couldn't. Like, I went in there for a scratch on my arm, and look at this. Tree trunk arm. I'm going to have Keebler. You better fire her before I have Keebler elves making camping out in my arm and making cookies.
Yeah, it's like,
I love the sheriff too. He is such a sass talker. Like, just the way he talks is hilarious.
well, you know, a lot of these people work really well. These people that, like, this show does a pretty good job of balancing people who are trying to be really tactful and, you know, and try and smooth things over with people who just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It balances it, because you have, like, so, you know, Harry's kind of in the middle. He's not tactful, not because he doesn't give a shit, because he doesn't understand that he just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Why he's not.
Kind of doesn't give a shit.
A little bit of that, but also that he just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand why you would be upset. Like, you can't be accused of not giving a shit if you didn't realize that you needed to give a shit.
Yeah. True.
Like, oh, I was supposed to give a shit. Oh, I don't give a shit. Oh, well. And then Asta or somebody else has to sort of smooth things out for him. He has to have a carer.
Yeah. He's the 12th Doctor there.
And then there's the side story with the mayor and his wife. It's like they both don't want another child, but they think the other one does.
Yeah.
Like just talk to each other.
Yeah, and poor Darcy's in the middle of it because she knows they don't want another kid, but she doesn't want to say that to each other because, you know, she's friends with both, she doesn't want the what's her name Mrs. Mayer to be like to be jealous and like and misconstrue what happened because, you know, they got high and were hanging out and
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't understand for a while, but I've always hated. Sorry, I've always hated that. Like I had two friends, right? Who, let's say, like, but they both come to me and said, I don't like pineapple pizza, right?
Mhm.
But the other one does, so I eat it anyway. I'd be like, yeah, the other person doesn't like it either.
oh yeah, same.
Yeah, it's like there. Now you don't have to like both pretend you don't like pineapple pizza because, yeah,
I love pineapple pizza.
I don't. Only because I don't like pineapple.
I didn't for a long time. I only started liking pineapple because of Psych.
Of course.
Because I was like role playing as Sean Spencer, getting into character, and eating pineapple was something I could do that wouldn't make me sick. So I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I'll eat more. I'll eat pineapple. I can stomach it. And then I just started liking it.
Yeah, I'm in the, like, see, you hear, pineapple on pizza is a very polarizing subject. There's a lot of people against it, a lot of people, I don't know the exact percentage, but there's a lot of people for it and a lot of people against it. I'm kind of, if it's there, if, like, I wouldn't order it, but if it was there, it wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't mind eating it. It's okay.
I mean, honestly, if I liked pineapple, the fruit itself, I may honestly like it on pizza. I just fruit's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the combination for you. It's the fact that it's pineapple.
Yeah.
Just like if I liked mushrooms, I wouldn't mind them on pizza, but I don't like mushrooms.
For me, it's more of a texture thing with pineapple. Like, I don't like pineapple, but I don't mind pineapple juice.
I don't like pineapple. I mean, I like pineapple. I don't like mushroom texture. But if it's like, ground up into that like fake meat, I'm okay with that.
Fair enough.
Fire alarm agrees.
Well, yeah, see, even the fire alarm agrees with me. Gross.
But yeah, they should just like, hey, we both don't want another child, so let's just, not have one.
And yeah, I know pregnancy does some weird stuff, but like making beer taste like soap, it's like,
well, maybe, because honestly, hormones can cause you to have different tastes. Like different times of the month, different things taste differently to me. Or even just based on my mood. Like sometimes the same food, I love it. And then other times it just tastes off.
I mean, I can't have sweet things when I first wake up because it's too overpowering.
Yeah, like certain things, and even if you really like that stuff,
yeah,
it tastes different depending on your mood. It is true. And tasting soap, it could just be like taste like soap, as in taste is very taste and smell are very memory oriented, and like you can associate tastes with something else without realizing that the taste itself hasn't changed. Like sometimes when I'm eating sunflower seeds, when they overcook the sunflower seeds, the shells taste kind of like popcorn to me. Like, and sometimes it tastes like other things. So I can understand associating tastes with other tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I just don't have any of this. It's like, no,
and
this tastes the same Tuesday as it does Thursday. So.
And some people
you also aren't at the mercy of hormonal differences.
Well, slightly different, but I think men do have a slight testosterone cycle.
It's just a different kind of
It's a different, yeah, it works differently. And so it doesn't affect my food. Like I'll eat lasagna tomorrow as much as I will 2 weeks from now. It doesn't really matter.
And some people's cilantro tastes like soap.
Some people's what tastes like soap?
Cilantro. It's a thing.
Cilantro.
Yeah, for some people, cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah,
It's a genetic thing. Some people have it, some people don't. It's a thing. Just like some people have the super tasters who can taste the PTC or something like that.
Hold up a second.
But yeah, I can taste that bitter chemical, whatever it is. I think it's PTC or something like that, or its equivalent or whatever else they mix with it. I can taste that. It's very, very bitter. It's
Okay, back.
but yeah, like yeah, was it PTC? That's gonna drive me nuts if I don't look it up. But
Isn't that the stuff they put on the Nintendo cartridges so people don't, eat them?
yeah.
Okay, what did I miss?
Oh, I was
Eating
talking about there's I think super tasters. They can taste PTC or whatever the what was it? It might be something. It's something like that, but it's a chemical that's very bitter. Yeah. 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 Phenylthiocarbamide, PTC, also known as phenylthioria, is an organosulfur thiourea containing a phenyl ring. It has the unusual property that it either tastes very bitter or is virtually tasteless, depending on the genetic makeup of the taster. The ability to take PTC is often treated as a dominant genetic trait, though inheritance and expression of this trait are somewhat more complex.
I mean, when I eat food, I can tell you all the ingredients that are in that food if I've eaten said ingredient before.
My dad was like that. In fact, when he was a kid, he had his friends make him this nasty sandwich with like loads of stuff. I'm talking beets, marshmallow fluff, garlic, all sorts of random shit in there. And he told them exactly what they put in there based on the taste.
And then he died soon after.
No, he ate it. But because he was able to differentiate the tastes, he was able to eat like almost anything.
Yeah,
although a caveat to that is he also was desensitized to most tastes, so he put a lot of salt and sugar in his stuff.
I can feel that. Like, I can't even tell you if, like, there's more ingredient of one thing than the others. Like, your cookie is way too salty.
Yeah. Like, me, I can tell, like, I can't tell what ingredients they are because I don't really, well, I am picky about tastes and textures. I'm not that knowledgeable about food. I'm not a foodie. But at the same time, I'm really hypersensitive to stuff. So I can pick up on like the minutest amount of sweetness or, tastes.
Yeah.
I may not be able to distinctly identify what that flavor is, but I can taste it.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying. They're like, ew, what is this? And I'm like, ew, what is this? And I can't tell you what it is, but I know it's there, and nobody else can taste it because they can't taste that sensitively. Or smells. Oh my gosh, I am so sensitive to smells.
You also hate going down the perfume aisle in a department store?
Yes.
Oh, hell yes. I have
like,
to hold my breath.
It's like one or two perfumes, sure, whatever. 50 all at once, like, no.
I can't even stand one perfume. Like, when I was working at Dunkin', actually, we were talking about smells and, like, how each person has their own distinct smell. And most of the time it's based on, like, the kind of perfume they wear or the kind of soap they use. and they were talking about how, oh, this person smells like this and this person smells like that. And it's like, and talking about me, she doesn't smell like anything. Because I am so sensitive to smells. Like, I use
Unscented everything.
I use unscented Arm & Hammer, like, deodorant, you know, just like plain unscented deodorant. My soap is usually like mild spring scent, you know, like Irish Rain or something. So it's like very subtle and it washes out easily. And I don't use shampoo because I shave my head. So I just use a bar of soap over my head.
My sister shaved her head recently too.
It's so easy. So much more comfortable.
Like back to the show. I love how he's like, get out of my house,
Beach, get out of my house. Yeah, I don't blame him. Like, dude, if I came home and if I lived alone and I came home from a trip and there was like a ton of people just randomly in my house, half of whom I don't even like, I'd be like, get the fuck out. Who gave you a key?
Well, nobody respects the door anyway, because half the time, like, anytime anybody comes out there, they just go in. Like, they just come in, and it's just like, you know, the kids, they just feel like coming in, so they just go in. You know, Asta comes over whenever she feels like it. Like,
yeah, but Asta's
not as bad because they're a lot closer, but like everybody else who's out there just basically barges into his house at any time they feel like it. It's like,
well, no, what's her name knocked with that doctor lady with her cousin when they were on they were hiking and she broke her wrists. She knocked.
yeah, but most people okay, revise that. People who live in the town.
Well,
but
she lives in the town. She's the mayor's wife.
Okay, I thought okay.
The mayor's wife when she was walking.
She knocked. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, very few people respect his door.
True. And they don't even give him an option half the time. Like, even when he first started, they didn't give him an option. It's just like, why does everyone assume I'm the new doctor? Oh yeah, you're the new doctor.
But I did not even go through regeneration. Side tangents.
Oh my god. He should be the next doctor.
Dude, if they had an American doctor, it would be between him and like
I mean, are you kidding with that? Because I mean, like, if you get to having an American doctor, like, the sheer pile of people that would be perfect for the role are just like, oh yeah, we have a lot more people, and there's like, we have all of Hollywood lining up to be this guy, basically. Well, a lot. Yeah. You'd have a lot of people lining up to be that guy, but
or girl. And I'm sure there'd be plenty that would be better at being the female doctor than.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine if you got Kate Mulgrew as the doctor?
Oh my god. Actually, I saw somebody use Gillian Anderson as a doctor regeneration.
She'd work. Yep. Mulgrew or Anderson, like, yeah, those two, yeah, absolutely. They would be.
I'm finally ginger! And I'm American. Cool.
Yeah, she would. Again, it's like I've said before on a few occasions, like, the doctor, and there's a certain something. It's like a Starfleet, it's like a Star Trek captain. You know, there's a certain X factor that you just know you have, and you just do it. And when people see you walk onto the bridge, that's the captain. Like,
Exactly.
if you've ever, like, anybody still listening at this point, if with our wild tangents, uh, if you've ever seen because Mulgrew wasn't the original Janeway, and I know you're well aware of this, but
Yeah.
people in the audience, if they're actually listening, might not be. Mulgrew was not the original Janeway for Star Trek Voyager. It was a French Canadian woman, and there are clips I think on YouTube comparing the two, and you can see what it means to have that X factor, that little thing that makes you good at being a Star Trek captain or a doctor or something like that, because the French Canadian woman would have been great. I'm sure she's a fine actress and would have been fine as a science officer, or a recurring science officer, or you have she comes on and is the main character outside of the crew for the episode, like the person they're dealing with. She
Yeah.
would have been fine for that, but she just doesn't have the stage presence that Mulgrew has.
Yeah.
And when Mulgrew walks on the stage and says, I am the captain, it's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, captain.
It's not ma'am, it's captain.
Yeah.
It's not ma'am, it's not sir, you call me captain.
that whole Carrie Kim thing at that first episode, but
Yeah.
she's the captain. You can feel it.
And that's what the doctor needs too. And I don't think Whittaker had that.
Well, and she was also saddled with really bad writing.
Oh, definitely.
And subpar directing. Then again, the directing is also hamstrung by what the writing says. So
yeah,
so she was on the end of a very terrible, conveyor belt, where part of what's going to make her a good doctor or not is also going to be the writing, whether her doctor has consistent writing, and not really. So
Yeah.
she doesn't have consistent writing, and on top of that, she has the imposing presence of a golden retriever puppy.
Yeah, she is about as imposing as a Tribble.
But, well, from a Klingon
not
perspective,
a Klingon, a Tribble to a human.
Yeah, Tribble to a human, not a Tribble to a Klingon. But yes. Anyway, we got off on that tangent. Anything else about the episode proper? We're wandering a lot.
Oh yeah, you can finally make use of that bunker of yours. I made that bunker to save you and me when everybody else in the world dies. Oh yeah, thanks for thinking about me.
Oh, you're gonna be our maid.
No, he was going to be, but then it's like, nah, because then they'll team up with each other and like turn me into the maid. So nah.
But yeah, it's
Let's see. Was there anything with the children in this one?
Nope.
Don't think
The kids
so.
didn't even show up.
Yeah, they weren't even in
Okay.
this episode. Because yeah.
This was like really focused on. Oh yeah, the alien donut,
Oh yeah.
the UFO donut. Like, and they don't even know I'm a police officer. Oh, that is a realistic donut, though. I'm getting hungry. Let's stop and get one on the way home. I like him. He is a good partner for her. Like, he's so like understanding and like genuinely kind.
Yeah, they balance each other well.
They do.
He's more assertive, but he doesn't always seem to think things through. And oh yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, the secret thing in
secret thing, yeah.
the
Though he does pick up on the books, and he's like, wait, in this book, this guy, whenever he needs to hide something, he, you know,
puts it in pictures.
yeah, he puts it behind the pictures, and then they go to his office, and like, oh, here's this stuff. So that's another thing that they kind of end on. So yeah, it's like, yeah, sometimes he like he's very bold and very assertive, which is good, but sometimes he, less than tactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less than tactful, but
Although
sometimes but you need that, and then she kind of makes up for. She's kind of his carer. She kind of
Yeah.
smooths things over and keeps the peace.
Although she does understand. Like he was very understanding with the widow. Like
Yeah.
she's not the murderer. I think we got the wrong guy, wrong person. Because what kind of killer saves their victim's hat out of mourning for them?
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's yeah. So, yeah, that was another big thing. That was the thing I was trying to think of earlier when I was thinking, there's something I can't put my finger on that was important that they were getting to, and that was it.
And we find out why Dan runs Joe's Diner.
Yeah, that now makes a lot more sense. And we got to learn a little bit more about him and his past, and
Yeah.
why he's a little more calm about this whole situation.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's seen some shit.
Yeah. Also, Cletus is in his humping phase.
Oh no.
It's like, do you know how to get stains out of couch cushions? I mean, deep-seated stains.
Like you would know.
Do you know how to get mental images out of my head? And then there's Cletus just staring at him. Like, ew.
Yeah. Let's see. I think we've cut about everything through this episode. We've cut a wide swath through this episode and gone into about 50 different fields. We've harvested this field completely and cut about 3 other fields while we were at it.
Also, anybody with their bingo card, they're only missing one now.
Yeah. But anyway, anything else?
No.
I got nothing.
Okay.